Shalom. Praise the glory and honor goes to Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakal Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And as always, peace and blessings to the elect and the hopeful elect. This is another edition of the Mark of the Beast. And I have a website here called biometricupdate.com. Basically, this is like a good website to use. You know, brothers want to get information on the mark of the beast, biometrics, and how they're implementing the technology in different ways, in various ways. I'm not going to go into any specific article. Just really kind of, I guess you could say, promoting the website, or basically just, of course, you go through these different articles and these websites. Of course, you vet them through the spirit and filter everything through the scriptures. But for the most part, this is a pretty good website. Biometricupdate.com, biometric news. It says biometricupdate.com provides daily news, opinion, and information about the biometrics industry. Now, we understand that biometrics is all a part of the mark of the beast system. The system that is eventually going to introduce the implantable microchip. Is the new world currency on the earth, and among other types of technology and among other uses, right? So this here, it says, this is from July 13, 2018. Microsoft calls for government regulation of facial recognition technology. Microsoft has joined a growing chorus of voices calling for increased regulation of facial recognition. It says clear to pilot biometrics-based ticketing at select MLB parks. Clear, Major League Baseball, and Tickets.com are partnering to introduce biometric ticketing technology at participating MLB ballparks next year. Okay, you can see here on the image, on the blue sign here, it says beat the line every time. So of course, they're going to push this as a way of convenience. Okay, you get the chip or use your fingerprint, because at first it's going to be a transition, but don't be surprised the microchip implant is pushed even sooner, because these things are what they have in store and planned, but nonetheless, it's still the system on the mark of the beast. Alibaba and Marriott partner for trial of facial recognition hotel check-in. Okay, so they're all pushing ways to use this microchip. And this is just dealing with facial recognition. Now here it says biometric stocks this week. Venture phase firms, biometric cards, and payment solutions. Okay. Here, Diebold Nixdorf and MasterCard expand partnership with managed payment service. Okay. Smart core devices with integrated biometrics fingerprint readers deployed at Seoul Airport. All right. So this website is a good website. I said clicked on a couple articles here. And this is what I just read. Diebold Nixdorf and MasterCard expand partnership with managed payment service. Let's see. It was another one as well. Here it says PSD2 to drive biometric adoption for online payment authentication. MasterCard. Let's see. I'm going to read this paragraph here in this particular article. It says, the use of passwords to authenticate someone is woefully outdated, with consumers forgetting them and retailers facing abandoned shopping baskets, says MasterCard President of Global Enterprise Risk and Security, Ajay Bala. All right, so they want to introduce a new system for people to not even have to worry about remembering the password. Just use your fingerprint, and in the coming future, using the microchip implant to just swipe your hand, okay? It says in payments technology, this is something we're closing in on as we move from cash to card, password to thumbprint, and beyond to innovative technology such as artificial intelligence. It's far easier to authenticate with a thumbprint or a selfie, and it's safer too. So this is what they want to do. Okay. This is what they want to do. They want to eventually move to biometrics because the mark of the beast RFID chip is a part of the biometric system. Okay. I'm gonna read on down into this article. It says Bala suggests that changing consumer attitudes and MasterCard's implementation of selfie payments and fingerprint cards are setting the stage for greater adoption of biometrics. All right, let me get this prophecy in this scripture. All right, let's go to the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, Revelation 13. I'm going to start at 11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, which that beast is emergence of NATO, okay, allied with the EU and America, okay, the revival of the pagan Roman Empire. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon that will go into America. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, because through the Renaissance and through America, that's how the Roman Empire was brought back. Like I said, also with NATO and the EU added along with them. That's the first beast being powers coming back in the earth now. It says, and he caused to the earth and then was dwelled therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. That's why that's why you have a Senate, you know, all the scientists, they use all their terms to identify whether it be animals, plants, or other, you know, phenomena, heavens and the earth. You know, they use Latin terms, you know. That whole Roman Latin feel is back in the earth again. Okay. All right. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. All right. And that was done in, I believe, in the 90s with NATO's bombing. I forget which particular country was bombed, but that first decision for NATO to bomb, together, with the authority of America and other countries, that was the beast coming together to make fire come down in heaven, all right, or from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Verse 14, and it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles through their military might, but other technology as well. All right, it says, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, which was going into their new world order. Okay, these so-called Jews, these elites of Esau, starting with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, going into NATO and America, and what is known as the West. Okay, the power of the West. That's the beast, and they're going to have their new world order take place on the earth, and that if you don't follow behind it, you're going to be killed. That's why they're making war with all these countries. They want to go into Turkey, Iran. Okay. All right, and eventually this is what's going to happen. Verse 16, and he calleth all, both small and bond. Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, all right, which the Greek word there is charagma, which means to engrave something into your flesh, in their right hand or in their foreheads. DARPA had something called the Brain Initiative Project, all right, and they also had these brain chips to basically conveniently help people with disabilities and things, live so-called normal lives. But it's still the mark of the beast, okay? And you're going to be able to buy and pay things. Now, the article I read, it mentioned about using selfies. Well, what would they scan if you had to pay something with a selfie, they would scan your brain chip for payments, man. Okay. And same thing with the microchip implant inside your right hand. Okay. It says in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and this number is 603 That's your barcode system. Your identifying, your unique identity number system. Okay, which is set up by man, which is Esau. All right. So back in this article, it says, on the heels of PSD2, matter of fact, I'm just going to start here again. It says, Bala suggests that changing consumer attitudes and MasterCard's implementation of selfie payments, which you can have a brain chip, right? And fingerprint card, so you can have a microchip implant inside your hand, right? Or are setting the stage for greater adoption of biometrics. That's what I was just reading about. All right, this devil in this government system, these different countries, especially America, using this system to cause everybody to get this chip. All right. It says on the heels of PSD2 coming into effect, MasterCard announced it will provide biometric authentication for European online shoppers starting in April 2019. So they want to have this thing set up by a particular year. But it may move even quicker than that because prophecies are going to pass at a fast rate. Okay? It says to satisfy the regulations SCA requirements. MasterCard has been conducting several trials of biometric payment cards and expanding the coverage of its identity check app to new markets to enable biometric authentication in person and online. Okay, BioCatch recently pitched behavioral biometrics as the best way to meet the strong authentication requirements of PSD2 while protecting against the potential vulnerability of connections between third-party payment providers and financial institutions, which is eventually going to lead to the microchip implant being mandated in Europe, China, America, all abroad. All right. So like I said, this website here, biometricupdate.com, is a good website. I just went a little bit on this article just to give you of course, to edify through the Spirit. I saw through the Holy Spirit to read it, but this just shows you, the type of information that comes out, But with that, I'm going to end it there. I hope I was edified. I'm going to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashar Shai, Bashar Wakak Wadash. Till the next time, I'll say Shalom.